When we hear acts of service, we typically imagine something big, sacrificial, and important. Think Mother Teresa. Our imagination for small or doable acts of service is not nearly as rich in images. Consequently, most of us end up doing nothing and feeling guilty. What if we thought of serving more as a way of being and less like something we do? What would that look like? Welcome to Otherlyness, the spirituality of serving others in small, ordinary, and doable ways. Otherlyness is a way to practice being spiritual in the normal rhythms of your life, a way to count everyday acts of service. Sometimes they're big, but more often they're small and almost invisible. And best of all, you'll soon discover that you are already practicing Otherlyness.
So I happened upon this coffee place just to pick up some coffee for the road. The barista there immediately just started engaging me with questions. So, where are you traveling from? Where are you headed to? She asked me about me, and I felt like I mattered to her. I just had the sense that she cared so much, and I thought, but she's a barista on I-5. How can this be that she really cares? Almost immediately, I recognized the need to be that for other people. For me, the phrase that I keep coming back to is giving a cup of cold water. I want to be about that.
My son Aaron is in second grade, and he has a classmate whose parents are separated. About a year ago, his mom wrote me an email asking if Skylar could come over after school, that she had to work. And over the course of the past year, this has happened a number of times. At first, I was kind of taken aback by her request, but I see that she has a very real need, that in some ways she's in survival mode, and she just needs a place for her son to go, and that's a need that I can meet for her.
Recently I had lunch with my friend Helen, and she lives in a retirement center. So she was recounting an incident at dinner where she shares the table with the same people. And her friend Doris is handicapped in a wheelchair and with serious dementia. So when she comes to the table, she asks Helen over and over and over again, "Helen, what are you going to have for dinner today?" Now, she only asks Helen because the other people at the table don't have the patience. They are impatient with her. So Helen says, "I tell her over and over and over again what I'm having for dinner." And I said, "Helen, how is it that you don't get frustrated by having to repeat it over and over and over again?" And she said, "You know, sometimes I forget things too."